Hi, Mason. Having won the FA Youth Cup with Tammy Abraham 3 years ago, how nice is it to be linking up with him again?
Yeah. It's me and Tammy are very close. Always been close throughout the ages. So for seeing him score 2 goals and then another 2 goals in the Premier League, it's massive for the academy, and I'm so happy for him that he's doing that. And as you said, winning the Youth Cup with him, that's a massive moment. So I think if you talk to players that are retired now, and they say the Youth Cup was one of the biggest trophies they've won that they can remember. So yeah, it will always stick in my head, and obviously Tammy's doing so well at the moment.
You've already shown that you can link up nicely in the Premier League together. Can that be the same on the international stage as well, do you think?
Yeah, I definitely think so. As you can see, he's scoring loads of goals and doing very well. So you never know what can happen around the corner. But yeah, we're very close and we link up very well. I know his game very, very well, and he knows mine. So yeah, it's exciting.
Okay, Mason, you've been called up to the squad previously, but this time last year you were slogging it out with Derby down the road from here. How does it feel now to be on the verge of your England debut?
Yeah, so it's obviously a massive proud moment for me. Being in the squad last season, having the taste of being around the place and being with the first team, obviously gave me that extra hunger to go and want to be in the squad again. So yeah, it's a massive moment for me, and I'm looking forward to these next 2 games.
Hasn't been a great start for Chelsea this season, but you've managed to stand out.
Yeah, it's been a tough start. We have a young team. Obviously, we've come together. It's a new team as well. But yeah, we've been working hard, and it's been a start that we would look back on and think, yeah, it's been okay, but we're looking forward to working hard even more.
There's a player in the squad you're lucky enough to call friends over a number of years now, Declan Rice. Have you spoken to him about potentially lining up alongside him for England?
Yeah, that's something that we've spoke about for a long, long time. As you said, being very, very close friends with him, that was something we've always looked forward to maybe happening in the future. And this chance could happen. So yeah, obviously speaking together with him, it's very exciting.
Do you think the situation at Chelsea with the embargo has actually played to your advantage in many ways, hasn't it? With you getting opportunities in the team, sometimes that pathway in the past hasn't always been as clear.
Yeah, I think it maybe played a part, but you've got to work hard to earn your starting place, and all the boys have done that. So yeah, it's been a good start, and obviously hoping to carry that going.
It's obviously a big enough job trying to settle down at Derby last season, obviously Chelsea this year, but did you allow yourself much time in the past to wonder what it was like to play for England?
You always dream about that call up, that start for England as a kid. So I've always dreamt of that. And yeah, looking forward to this next 2 games, working hard in training, to hopefully that could happen.
Did you speak to Frank Lampard much after the call up? Because 20 years ago he was in a kind of similar position to what you find yourself in now.
Yeah, when I got called up first last year, he sat me down in his office and said to me that I was called up, and it was obviously a massive, massive moment for myself. And this time he just spoke to me and said, look, you've been called up again. Go into it, working hard like you've been doing at Chelsea. So yeah, I spoke to him a little bit and taking stuff off him, as I do always.
You mentioned that it's something you've thought about extensively in the past. How do you think you'll feel if and when you step out onto the turf at Wembley?
Yeah, as I said before, it's such a proud moment. It's what you dream of for a very, very long time. So you can't really have words to describe that feeling of stepping out for your country, making your debut. It's such a massive moment for your family, for all the coaches that you've worked with in the past. So it's not just a massive moment for me, but it's a massive moment for the people around me and people I've worked with before.
Mason, you mentioned your family there. I mean, I was lucky enough to meet them during the summer at the Euros. I know they follow you everywhere. They absolutely, your career is their life. I mean, how much is Saturday or next Tuesday going to mean to them?
Yeah, you know how much they mean to me and how much they've been in my career, a big part of it. So, yeah, it'll be a very proud moment for me and them. There'll probably be a few tears if I do get to make my debut. But yeah, they've been a massive part of my career, and hopefully I can make my debut and they'll be very, very proud.
your friendship with Dec's already been mentioned. I mean, it's more like, you two are more like brothers actually than friends, aren't you?
Yeah. We're very, very close. Known each other for a very, very long time. As I said before, we've always spoke about that opportunity of maybe playing with each other again. Playing with each other at Chelsea at that young age. It was something special between us, so we've always kept that hope of maybe it happening again.
You gutted when he left West Ham?
Yeah, of course. He was one of my closest friends. But as I said before, that's football and it happens. So he's bounced back and look what he's doing now. So it's a credit to him and his mentality. That's what he's like as a boy. He doesn't let anything get him down. He's always focused on achieving big things. You
may be a newcomer to the Premier League, but not to international football. Obviously, I saw you in the summer with the under-21s. 2 years ago with the under-19s, you were player of the tournament when they won the Euros. I mean, international football, you obviously enjoy it. How different do you think it's going to be to the Premier League?
Yeah, I think it is different. It has that different feel to it. The best players in the country playing for the team. So yeah, it does have that different feel. Obviously, having that 19s winning feeling, you always want to carry that going throughout any age groups. You always want to win every game you play for your country. So I think definitely this time, these next 2 games coming up, having that winning mentality to keep winning games and keep setting goals, I think that's something that we've always looked to do.
Finally, for me, I've been so impressed with the way you played this year, because you handled the pressure, not just the pressure of playing for Chelsea, which was your dream always to play at Stamford Bridge in a blue shirt, but the fact that even 18 months ago, 2 years ago, when you were Vitesse Arnhem and then on loan at Derby, people were always mentioning, looking forward to the future, your name was always being mentioned. How have you handled that pressure? How have you been excited by that pressure?
Yeah, for me, I don't really look at that pressure. Don't really look at any other thing but focusing on how I perform in the game, what I can do in the game. So yeah, as my family have always said, don't worry about the pressure side. You just need to focus on what you do on the pitch. So I've always stuck to that and tried to work hard. And every time I get to play, try and do my best.
John Murray.
Hi, Mason, over here. Does it help coming here for the first time as a Premier League player that you've had that experience of training with the senior squad and also being involved when you were called up last season?
Yeah, I think being at Chelsea and that it's that different level. But I think obviously coming here last season, being involved with the squad, learning how they work. I've been through the ages at England, but when you get called up to the seniors, it's a different level. So yeah, being here last season, working with them, knowing how they want to play, how they want to work, obviously helped me coming back this season.
You've obviously taken to the Premier League very well. You often hear players say, well, it's such a step up to go from the Championship to the Premier League. What is it like? How much of a step up is it?
Yeah, it's a big step up. You look at the league; it's one of the best leagues in the world. The level of performance throughout every team is massive, so it's definitely a step up. But I think if you're ready for that step up and ready to go into the game, you know how high intensity the Premier League is. So you've got to be ready for every opportunity and every moment to take that. So yeah, it's been a good start for me, and obviously looking forward to the rest of the season.
So are you in the form of your life so far?
I think it's all just happened so quickly for myself. I haven't really had the time to look back at what's happened so far. I'm not really someone that looks back and looks at things, what's happened, it's happened now. I'll move on. I'm looking to, as I've said loads of times before, score goals and get assists. So the goals have happened, the performances have happened now. I'm looking forward to what I can do in the next coming games.
And how much have you actually spoken over the time with Frank Lampard about his England experiences and what it takes to be a successful England player?
Yeah, we haven't really spoke that much on that. When I'm with him, it's mostly about club football, focusing on what we're doing in the Premier League. But having one or two chats with him, he said it's such a proud moment to play for your country. Just go and enjoy it. It's such an exciting time in English football. And he just said, just go there and enjoy playing football for England.
Any further questions within this section? James Ollie?
Hi, Mason. Could I just ask if you've got any specific memories about being in the squad for the Croatia and Spain games last year? Because they were both very unique experiences in their own right, and just how much that will help you be prepared for this call-up.
Yeah, I have obviously very good memories of the Croatia game. Playing in a stadium with no fans, it's something that you're not really used to. And then obviously the Spain game, which is probably a totally different kind of feel. The stadium was packed out, the atmosphere was unbelievable. So yeah, they're totally different games, and they was something that, for me, coming into the senior team for the first time, that I learnt so much of and gained so much experience from. So yeah, 2 very, very good games to come in and learn from.
Obviously, you're hoping to make your debut, but ultimately the motivation must be to get in that squad for the Euro 2020 finals next summer, particularly because the semi-final and the final are going to be at Wembley. How much of a motivation is that for you?
Yeah, massive motivation. I think these 2 games are everyone's focus at the moment. We're not looking too far ahead. These are 2 good teams, as I said before, that we need to keep that winning mentality going. So yeah, we're focused on these 2 games first, and obviously the opportunity to play at Wembley in the Euros is massive and something that everyone's looking forward to.